All right. I have another fun DCEU update for you guys today. I would have done this update sooner, but I have been toying with my new Steam Deck that I got, and I will be doing a review on that piece of machinery here coming soon. And I think I'm going to be doing quite a few videos on the Steam Deck coming in the future. So if you're a video game person, keep an eye out for that. I have been having a fun time setting that up and learning a lot about the Steam Deck. So, but I wanted to get this update out for everybody because this is pretty freaking awesome. Before I talk about the awesome part of the update, I do want to talk about something else first, two different things. First of all, Wonder Woman 3's script has officially been completed. So Patty Jenkins has this done. I think she was working with Jeff Johns, if I saw correctly. And she has now completed at least the first draft on the script for Wonder Woman 3. So that is still coming and is still being planned. But I'm sure it's been pushed off, and they probably had to make some script changes because of all the changes they're making in the DCEU to make it more streamlined and more in line with what the fans want. So that's the first story I wanted to talk about. The second thing I wanted to talk about is, I already did a video on this, the Ayer's cut of, David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad has been officially shown to somebody, and now there is actually going to be a studio viewing of this coming up in early October. Sorry, not early October, early November. I can't remember if it's the 5th or the 8th. But they will be doing an actual showing at Warner Brothers Discovery of his cut. So it's been in the works for a while. And like I told everybody, David Zaslav is not messing around. He is bringing the goods, and he's making good on his promises that all the stuff he was talking about prior to taking over Warner Brothers. So that does lead us to the final story I want to talk about. The Rock has officially confirmed that Henry Cavill is in Black Adam from his mouth directly. Watch this short video. This is pretty freaking awesome. So we have this Twitter, and this little video is posted on Twitter, but this is The Rock himself talking about this.
I was also listening to the fans at the same time, where you have Black Adam. We will create Black Adam for him to be the most powerful and unstoppable force on this planet. The most powerful and unstoppable force in the entire universe has been on the sidelines for too long.
All right. Let's talk about that. That is pretty freaking awesome. He has officially confirmed that Superman is going to be in Black Adam, and that we will probably see them fight at some point. I don't know that it will be in this film. I think it would be cool if Superman had to come in and be the guy who finally takes him down when the JSA can't. I think that's wishful thinking on my part, but let's talk about what this means. This officially means that Henry Cavill is back, and if anybody has been following this story online over the last couple of days since my last video, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and The Rock worked really hard to get Henry Cavill back as Superman. And not only is he coming back for Black Adam, but he does have a new deal, which could lead to, he's going to have a couple cameos, which will lead into another solo Superman film. They're banking on those cameos doing well enough to justify that movie, apparently. That's the rumor out there. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it would make sense. Here's what I do know. David Zaslav said prior to taking over Warner Brothers Discovery that he doesn't understand how the three most powerful characters on this planet have been mishandled, and how he was going to bring them back into the fold, and he was really disgusted with Superman himself being shelved for so long, and you can see that The Rock was even talking about this. He's been sidelined for way too long. He hasn't been in the suit since 2017, and he was only in 3 films. So it's ridiculous that we've only had one Man of Steel film here in almost 10 years. It's getting close to 10 years, and no second Superman film. How can that? Warner Brothers was run by complete morons. A lot of people don't know, but I was going to start a channel at one point called Why I Hate WB and DC. And it was going to talk about that whole issue with the studios the studio just crapping on DC properties and the state of what everything, where everything was. And as soon as I built my channel and got up and running, that was when they announced Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to get a release on HBO Max, and I kind of had to stop in my tracks and kind of hold off on my plans to do that channel because of the new developments. And here we are, and gosh dang it, things are finally happening, and David Zaslav is making good on his promise to bring these heroes back into the limelight. And we've got cameos with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in upcoming DC films, and it's part of what they had to do for the reshoots. And he did talk about making these films more cohesive and connected, and that's exactly what they are doing. So I could tell that a lot of the haters who were telling me that Henry Cavill was never going to be back have stopped. Same with Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. They've stopped because they can't defend their comments. And here I have been the whole time I've had my channel. I've been hopeful. I think there was one video where I was very upset and angry at the speed at which things were going, but I have remained hopeful this whole time. And hopefully you guys are going to stick around for the ride, because I am going to be covering all of this as we move forward into the future, and we've got a bright future at this stage. Everybody, and here I want to make something very clear. Everybody has to go out and see Black Adam at this stage, okay? We need to show the studio that we are going to support what they are doing. The fact that they brought Henry Cavill back, forget the suit, forget the music. The fact that they're bringing him back into the fold is a huge win, and we need to accept that. Same with Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. That's another massive win, because these guys were gone. They were gone. And they never said they were done playing these characters, and I told people that, but the studio had just pushed them into a corner, and they didn't want to be a part of what Warner Brothers was doing. Things have changed. We are on the horizon of a brand new era with DC, and hopefully it's in the right hands. Now, they still don't have a head to take care of everything, but somebody made a comment in my thread that in one of my videos that why doesn't Zaslav take that job himself? And he can't. He has to run all of Warner Brothers Discovery, so he can't physically just deal with the DC stuff. But back when they did the call, they did the investor call back, I don't know if it was in March or whenever it was, they had that investor call. He talked about how their big focus was going to be on DC when it comes to the movie division, that DC was their big number one focus. So he is making good on everything he's talked about and everything that was rumored to be happening. It's now happening. Henry Cavill is back. He is in Black Adam. Everybody can go to the movie and know that he's going to be in it. Now, I did hear about the scene, and if you don't want to be spoiled, this is where you want to leave. I'm going to talk about the scene that is supposedly rumored to be, what was going to happen between Superman and Black Adam. So if you don't want any spoilers, now is the time to drop off the video. All right, so rumors of that scene have surfaced. And apparently, at the very end of the film, Black Adam is confined to, I can't remember the name of where he's from, Kandak or whatever it is, and he's dealing with why am I forgetting? I do this every time I get on a video. Amanda Waller. He's dealing with Amanda Waller, and he starts talking about how nobody is able to, stop him. And that's when Superman comes in, swoops down, comes out of the sky, and basically tells him, this is the first time people have been this scared, basically since him and Batman, or not him, but him and Zod had battled, and that they need to have a conversation about that. That he could basically be a force for good or a force for evil, and that Superman was going to be there to keep him in check. So that's rumored to be the scene at the very end in the post-credit scene. I do not think they're going to fight in this film, but we're now a week and a half away. I'm getting more excited as the days go by. I've got my ticket for that Wednesday, and I will have my review up that night. And so look for that as soon as I get a chance to see it. And I will be reviewing that movie. I haven't been this excited for a DC movie probably since Batman vs. Superman was getting released. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. All right, I do appreciate the support. We will see you on the next video.